We'll just sit here and sing because, I wanted to do a show tonight about things that are important to people. I mean, really important. I've been doing I've been doing these shows for over a year, and I try to talk about knowing your cost and doing government freight and the different broker stuff and how to be a broker and all that stuff. And I've been doing that. And most of the people in my group, most of my friends in my group already know all this stuff. And they're already doing it and they're good at it. And so, I was thinking about it the other day and I was looking back through some of my old videos and which is fun to do. It's fun to do. I really haven't come very far since I started. I mean, I haven't really improved my game at all, but anyway, looking back through my old videos and I thought, the one video that got the most likes of any video that I've done, the ones about brokers, the ones about government freight, the ones about, old trucks versus new trucks, being an owner operator versus getting your own authority, all that stuff. Some of them, got a few hits and it's funny on YouTube. I'm on YouTube and Facebook, so on YouTube, sometimes it takes a while for stuff to catch up and people keep, you get hits and stuff like that like 6 months later on the YouTube thing. So the one video that I did that got the most hits of everything, and I mean like 5 times, 6 times more hits than any of the information that I've been trying to put out there at all, was I did a video called "I Am Not the Southern Shaker." That video got more hits than anything I did. Anything. I mean, like 5 times more. And I didn't go back and watch that video to see what I said or didn't say. And I just thought, well, that's kind of weird. I'm sitting here planning stuff and putting together information and numbers for everybody. Howdy, howdy, and doing all that stuff. And I really like going live. I mean, I could do, like a lot of my friends and stuff that are on social media make these videos and then they put them out later and they got these real cool introductions and cool music and everything and it lists everybody and all that stuff. And I really like going live a lot better. And I don't think I'll ever stop doing that. Um, because I like the interaction. I like to talk like right now. People come in and say hi to me. And I really enjoy that part of it. And they ask questions and they call me on the phone later. And we talk and do stuff like that. So I really enjoy that a lot more than just recording some video and sticking it out there. This is another thing too. I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. I hope everybody's going to have a happy new year. I really do. The best thing about Christmas to me is being around my family and just enjoying that time. I got the softball star with me, and we're chilling with you in Seattle. Oh, cool, cool deal, Seattle. What I really like, I like the interaction, but we're going to change some stuff here going forward. I've been saying that for a while, but we really are, and I'm going to get a couple other people involved and stuff. And I got a big plan that I'm working on for this summer. And I want to video a lot of that and get you guys involved in that and going along with me and that kind of stuff on this thing. So things are going to change here a little bit. And we're going to do things a little bit differently than what we've been doing. And hopefully it'll be more interesting and you can take part more and feel like you're, more involved in what's going on. So anyway, tonight, uh, there's only two people here, so I can pretty much say anything I want to, um, do anything I want to do, say anything I want to say. Tonight, what I wanted to talk about was picking up women in truck stops because, uh, of all this stuff that I've been trying to put out there, about how to be in the trucking business and how to be successful and all that stuff, and nobody's paying attention. Well, I say that. Maybe three people are paying attention. And everybody else pretty much likes just to be, the other stuff, the personal stuff, the more personal side of the business and that kind of thing. And so I thought, truck stops aren't like they used to be. They used to be like a haven for truck drivers. I mean, and I've been doing this a long, long time, and they've changed a lot over the years. When I first started, it's just a bunch of old guys hanging around, getting some fuel, and there was always a little restaurant or a coffee shop there for truck drivers, and you didn't see tourists in there unless they were lost as hell. You didn't see any of that. You didn't see any uh just tell me how I can help do, and I'll do anything I can to contribute or whatever you need. Oh, thank you. I know that. Um Anyway, back in those old days when I first started in the late 70s, and showers, like in a shower in a truck stop, would if they had one at all, you might get into a deal where you got in there and it was just a big room, kind of like being in the military. It's just a big room with some shower heads in there, and you just walked in and turned the shower on, and there might be three or four or five or 10 other guys, in there taking a shower and stuff. And if you wanted a shower bad enough, that's what you did. You went in there and took your shower and got out and went on. Nobody really thought much about it. And then, things got nicer and better. And the TAs actually started doing stuff where, they would have, what's the subject? The subject is, hold on. The subject is how to pick up women in truck stops. That's the subject. That's what I'm getting to. And if you'll just be a little bit patient, we will go there. I will take you there. So, and you're probably thinking, damn, Frank, ain't you a little old for this shit? Well, maybe. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Uh, anyway, the truck stops have changed so much. Seriously, that's what the subject is. Uh, I might throw a few other things in there too while we're at it, but I promise you, we'll have some fun. Anyway, truck stops have changed and changed and changed over the years. And when I first started driving, you almost never saw women in the truck stops. I mean, there was a few out there, not very many. And most of the women that you saw were either riding with their husbands or they were running team with their husbands or something like that. So it's not as though, a truck stop was a hot spot to meet chicks and guys. I mean, wasn't like Hookup Central back then. So later on, as we progressed into the 80s and stuff, and more women got into business and there were more people out there, doing that. And now, I don't get out on the road a whole lot anymore. I'm going to this summer. I'm going to spend the summer out. But you don't, there are a lot more single women and single men out there now than I've ever seen, especially like on social media and stuff. I mean, and I think it's great. I think it's wonderful, just uh, back in the old days. And I'm not going to do the whole, memory lane thing on you, but the trucks were real different back then. I mean, I started out running a cab over from Florida, California, and back. Susan Moore, hey Susan, I'm actually am not driving today, so I can tune in. Damn, I don't have an interest in picking up women. See you next week. Okay, see you. Anyway, uh, anyway, that the first thing I found out, if you meet somebody in a truck stop, let's say anybody, a good place to start. And this is something that bugs me. It's one of my pet peeves. You can kind of take it for what it's worth here. For me, I am the way I am. Okay. Personal hygiene. I could do like 8 1-hour shows about personal hygiene. A lot of times on YouTube, you was young and you could crawl over that doghouse back then. You had to. That's why people put these, there's these groups out there, these classic cab overs, and people be like, isn't that a beauty? And I'm thinking, hell no. That's why my back hurts. That's the reason I limp. Bitch, I don't want to drive a cab over. I couldn't wait to get out of them when they changed the length laws back in 82. Anyway, personal hygiene. Personal hygiene is one of my pet peeves. And there's a couple reasons for that. One, it just doesn't take that long to clean up. It just doesn't. I have to have a shower when I'm out there. When I'm out there on the road, I have to have a shower every day. And sometimes that annoys people. That's too bad. Get over it. I'm going to take a shower every day. And, if I whip into a truck stop, most of the time, I can fuel, grab something to go to eat and have a shower, and I can do it all in about 40 minutes, if that. So with these 10-hour breaks you got to take now, shit, I can't sleep for 10 hours. Usually about 6 is all I'm good for, 5 or 6. So that leaves me a couple hours anyway to monkey around. Well, I run in there, take my shower. I try to do it at a time when there's not a lot of people waiting in line and stuff like that. Every other day at least. Nah, not me. Every day. I'm going to take a shower every day. I don't give a shit what's in the trailer. I don't care where I'm going. I'm going to take a shower every day. Every day. If I'm on my way home, and I can get home in 6, 5, 6, 7 hours. Now I'll wait till I get home. That's about it. Otherwise, I'm gonna whip in somewhere and take a shower. I can't stand to be nasty. I can't stand it. Can't stand it. I might not always shave because I don't care about that, but I'm going to wash my parts every day. And if you're gonna pick up women in a truck stop, so I stay on subject here now. Stay with me here. Stay with me. The first thing you need to do is be clean. And hopefully the other person is too. I watch these videos on YouTube sometime. Drove my share of cab overs till an oil field frac crew really feel old. We're school cab over drivers. Well, back then that's what we had because of length laws. You didn't see very many large cars out there running around. And I bought the first one I ever saw. So there you go. Anyway, I watch these videos, these YouTube videos all the time of these people that on van life because I'm interested in number one, how they make their videos, and number two, some of the places they go and some of these. And these people that are out there living in vans and stuff, for those of us that drive trucks, I'm here to tell you, I haven't seen one yet, not one yet, that keep those wet ones for the occasions. Ask a woman. I keep them too. I do. Ever since they start making them, I keep. And before they started making them, I had a couple of dish rags and a gallon of water and a couple of baggies. Yeah. Oh hell yeah. Just to wipe down in case I got stuck in a storm or laid over in the desert picking up produce or something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna wash off. But I'm still gonna take the first shower I come to. That's just me. Anyway, I see these people in this van life stuff, and a lot of them are young women. Like I say, young. Anybody, when you get to be my age, anybody under 40 is still kind of a kid. Anyway, they're living in these vans and they're traveling all over the place, and they seem to take great pride in the fact, dude in the box kids. I'm not getting them. Anyway, I'm gonna take a shower. I ain't gonna do it. Anyway, they seem to take great pride. Some of them seem to take great pride, and they like make a big deal out of it. They'll say, "Well, I haven't had a real shower in 11 days. I have these handy wipes, and they're just wonderful." And I'm thinking, yeah, damn that. You need to wash that butt. You do. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you're going. Jeff Harkins, what's up, brother? Uh, You need to take care of yourself. And I see some of these guys come in truck stops sometimes, and before you get within 20 feet of them that they ain't had a bath in a week. I mean, you can smell them before you can see them. And man, I just don't, well, I don't get it. I just don't get it. And people start, well, I'm disrespected. The people don't respect me. And you see guys like that, and you don't have to wonder why. If you show up at somebody's place of business to pick up a load or deliver a load or something like that, and you're nasty, I mean, hot water and soap does wonders. Yeah, yeah. And it doesn't take that long. It just doesn't take that long, to clean yourself up and be decent, be presentable. So but I've seen these people. I've seen them walk into a customer, and shit. I don't get a shower at least every other day. I get major league pissed off. I'm going every day. I done said that enough. I ain't gonna say it no more. I'm gonna take a shower every day within a 24-hour period. I am gonna take a shower. Period. Period. It just don't take that long to be decent. Okay. Anyway, you see these clowns walk into these people businesses. I can fuel and shower in 35 minutes. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, if you don't have to wait, in line, you can bebop in there, fuel your truck, pull it up, grab your bag, walk inside, get your fuel ticket, run upstairs, take or wherever it is down the hall, take your shower, clean up, and man, I don't know, is it just me? I feel so much better when I'm clean. I mean, I can drive all day long and all night if I'm feeling good, if I'm feeling, freshed up and clean. I feel good. And so, but you see some clown walk into a place of business, truck stop, a shipper, a receiver, something like that, and they're nasty like that. Okay, so and then they get mad because nobody loves them, nobody respects them. Nobody respects me. You stink. Bitch, you stink. I think it's priding yourself in what you do if you don't have that. And why be out here? Well, because there's all kind of different people. And, most of the time, they kind of, you know me, guys, I don't care where you go to church. If you go to church, I don't care, who you vote for. None of my business. None of my business. I don't care. I don't care. Really, none of my business. But being out there and being nasty and representing the rest of us, walking in there in your nasty ass flip flops with your feet filthy. I mean, if you want to wear flip flops, I don't give a shit. But don't walk around with your feet all nasty and dirty and stinky and all that shit. I mean, that's a pet peeve of mine beyond belief. People, nasty people. So, getting back to the original subject, if you want to pick up women in a truck stop, it's a good idea not to be nasty. It's a good idea to be clean. I don't know all the women in the world or how they feel or what they think, but here's my thought. Why in the world would somebody want to be around somebody nasty? I mean, am I being too picky here? Is somebody sitting there going, well, Jesus, Frank, you're not a real truck driver. We only take a shower every other day. Well, you can if you want to. I don't care. But if you stink, don't come around me. Don't get around me. I don't care. Well, that's honest work. No, you're a nasty motherfucker. That's it. That's all. As Richard Pryor would say, it's no longer odor. It's not odor. It's to the point now that it's odor. It's nasty. So, if you take good care of yourself, it'll make you feel better. It'll make everybody around you feel better for damn sure. And it's just decent. You know what I mean? Just clean up. It's just decent. So I don't get these people that don't. I've seen people get out of truck stops at the fuel line and they can't even halfway walk to the damn fuel desk. And I'm thinking, Jesus, last time I went for my physical, I got chewed out because of my blood pressure. And this motherfucker weighs 500 pounds. They had a bath in 3 weeks. Don't come and knocking. I'm out of service. Yes. That's my point. Dude pulled up to me up in Indiana, up in Seymour, Indiana one night. Occasional haircut helps too. See, I'm not getting in that debate. I don't know. Maybe it's because my hair is a little longer. I don't know. I started growing my hair when COVID hit because everything shut down, and I just quit going to the barbershop. And I like to go to the barbershop. I mean, I've been knowing the dude there. His name is Kenny, for years and years and years. I like to go in there and say, I like the barbershop, just like I like to be clean all the time. But I'm very clean. My hair is very clean. In fact, I took a shower 20 minutes before I started the show. But I'm being facetious. Well, I am too kind of. Anyway, I quit getting a haircut when everything shut down. And I found out that I haven't had long hair since the 80s. I used to have real long hair, longer than it is now. And it used to be black and curly. It's not anymore. But anyway, I don't know. It just annoys people. I was talking to a friend of mine last week that I haven't talked to in about a year. I haven't seen him in about 3 years. And we were talking on the phone. I said, well, log on to YouTube, and check me out on Tuesday night. And he got on there on his phone and he goes, holy shit, is that you? I say, yeah, that's me. So it's more funny than anything else. And some of my old rock and roll buddies still have long hair. Anyway, if you want to pick up women in truck stop, now just me, there's some women here, so speak up. Speak up. Tell me if I'm wrong. Okay? Tell me if I'm wrong. I went to a political meeting And this was like 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. And it was one of the people here in Tennessee in Nashville that were running for the Senate. And when I went there, just kind of by accident, uh, I met this person, and they stunk, and they were drunk, and it was about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, and they were drunk and they stunk. I mean, they stunk. They smelled like it. They smelled like they had a goat under each arm. I'm talking about nasty, stinky shit. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. And I went, whoa, hold on, ease up. I can't vote for you. You smell bad. Well, you know, I've been going to the same barbershop since '67. Well, we moved here in '97, last part of '97. And my cousin lived here then. He's passed since then. But he took me to his barber, and I've been going there since I get really '98. Damn rhino. It's a stinky motherfucker is what it is. All right? I'm just call it like it is. So the other ways uh, to pick up women in truck stops. And see, you might be catching on now to the point where I'm kind of going with this whole thing. This might apply to everything you do. Maybe, just maybe. Anyway, be clean. That's the first thing to start. Smell decent. Don't walk up to somebody stinking and expect to get along with them. All they want to do, trust me when I tell you, especially if it's me. You walk up to me stinking, all I want is to get away from you. I don't want you anywhere around me. I don't want to talk to you. I'm not interested in what you got to say. You might have the best deal of the century. If you stink, me and you are through. We're done. It's over. Okay, the next thing is try to be nice to people. Try to be nice. These guys walking around with their hats that tell everybody who they're voting for. And then if you mention it or you say anything, then they want to fight. And everybody wants to fight. This country that we live in, this country was founded by men that would cheerfully get up in the middle on Christmas Day and go across a river on a raft to kill you while you were in your sleep to protect their country. And now they got us to a point that we just fight with each other all the time. What a crock of shit. What a crock of shit. We're an inch away from being a united industry and a united country. 1 inch. But we can't make that last inch because somebody's always saying nasty shit. Somebody's always saying mean shit. If you want to pick up women in truck stops, you better not do that. I'm just telling you. You better not do that. You better not talk a bunch of shit and lay out your whole life story and, all your wants and needs and, I do this and I do. Well, by God, if you don't think the way I do, you're not an American. Yes, they are. They're just an American that thinks something different than you do. You see what I'm saying? The whole bunch of people are real divided right now on this war that we're fighting over in the Middle East. And yes, we are fighting a war. Don't kid yourself. We're fighting a war there. We've been fighting that war, and we've been fighting that war in Ukraine now for 2 years. So yes, we are. We got other people doing the dirty work, but we're supplying everything, and we're putting people in there, all that shit. But people want to fight over that, and the nation's pretty evenly divided, on some of that stuff. Because you turn on TV, that's all you hear. That's all. This bullshit is all you hear. Here's what I think about the war in the Middle East. Nothing justifies coming over the fence real late at night and slaughtering women and children. Nothing. To me, nothing justifies that. That's where I stand. And I'm going to admit to you right now, I don't know everything there is to know about this side or that side. I really don't. My wife's much, much better at history than I am. I don't know the history of all this stuff. What I know is, because I can see it. People film everything with their phone now. You can see all this shit, right? What I know is people came flying over the wall real late at night and slaughtered women and children. That's what I know. The left wing and the right wing are part of the same bird. You're exactly right. That's why the trucking industry can never move off of point A. Well, we want this and we want that. We want reasonable pay. We want reasonable hours. We want, to be able to make a living doing this. We can't get two people to agree on a damn thing. That's never going to go anywhere. As long as it's like that, it's never going to go anywhere. If you want to pick up women in truck stops, you better learn, number one, to be a good listener. Listen to people. Let people tell you what they think if they want to. Let people say what they want to say if they want to. It's not personal. Really, it's not. Anything they think or see really doesn't have anything to do with me. And like I've said before a million times, I'll say it again. It's really none of my business. It's really not. I don't care. I mean, I, if I could tell you that I care about where you go to church, but it would be a lie. I don't care. It's none of my business how you think. Your relationship with God's your business, not mine. Who you voted for, that's personal. I'm old enough to remember when people didn't talk about stuff like that. It was considered rude and vulgar to sit around and try to impose on people your beliefs and your opinions all the time. I don't want to do that. Here's what I know though. If you want to pick up women in a truck stop, number one, you better be clean. And number two, you better be friendly. You, you better be friendly. You better get along. Now, there's some women out there that like tough guys. I figured that out when I was like in high school. Yeah, there was some women out there, and they like the outlaws, boy. They like the cowboys and outlaws, and that's just how it is. That's how it rolls, So some women like different kind of guys, and it doesn't take long to figure it out. It doesn't take long to figure that out. Most of the time they'll tell you, you know what, I really enjoyed talking to you, but you ain't my type. So have a great day. Well, okay, you're done then, aren't you? But you might think about that when you go to a shipper, receiver, or a customer, or somebody like that, to be nice and keep all of your personal opinions to yourself. Keep it to yourself. And I'm not trying to be rude. Most of y'all know me. Most of you, hey, my friend, hey, my sweetie friend. Most of you know me, and those that haven't ever met me, we're going to sooner or later. I'll make it a point to do that. But I really, really, I am the best person you have ever met in your whole life at minding my own business. I really am. I'm good at it. I'm good at it. I don't know. I don't want to know about your business. I don't want to be involved in it. I don't want. If you need help, if you need somebody to speak to, then you can call me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I will answer the phone and I will sit there and talk as long as you want to. But when I first meet you, when I'm first getting to know somebody, it's better to keep all your personal things personal. It just works better. It's just better. So if you want to pick up women in truck stops, shut the fuck out. Don't be blurting out what a genius you are about politics and religion and all these other things that people argue about. Keep it to yourself, You put a date on the broker training yet, or just have to come down there? Hey, I put that out there. Okay, let me jump into this for just a minute. I put that out there and offered to train people for free. I did. And you know how many people responded? 3. 3 people responded. So I'm not really surprised at that, because most of the people on this channel know me and we all know each other. And if you are a broker, which a lot of my friends are, if you are a broker, you already know how to broker. And if you're not a broker, you probably don't want to be a broker. So just be yourself, unless you're being yourself is being an asshole. Some things you can't avoid, dude. But anyway, I put it out there. If you want me to help you be a broker, I'll do that. I'll do it. And you don't have to come here. We don't have to do that. We don't have to go through all that and spend all that money. I'll set up a what is that thing that, where you just set up, it's not a webinar, but it's very similar. Was I one of the 3? I thought I did, but I can't remember. I don't remember. I think you were. But, Zoom. That's what I'm thinking about. Zoom. We'll do that, and we'll sit there, and I'll take you through it and start to finish. And it won't take that long to do. It's not that complicated. If you're already in the business and speak the language, that's a big part of it. That's a big hurdle, to get started. Zoom. Yeah. We'll do that. There's no point in coming here. I mean, that's very expensive to do that. Now, you don't need to do that. I can do it. I can help you here, just from right here. And I'll be glad to do that, or set up a time, if enough people are interested, and I'll do one of these videos, and I'll just do it on the G3 trucks and freight page. I won't do it, broadcast it all over, and I'll just do like a little class on just brokerage, and It'll take a couple of sessions to do it. You can't do it all in one shot or in 1 hour. There's no way. But we'll set it up and do it that way. And I meant to call you. I'm sorry I didn't. I had your number somewhere, and I was looking for it yesterday, and I don't know where it went. But anyway, yeah, I'm glad to do that. Anytime you want to. Right now, though, let's get back to picking up women in a truck stops. Okay. Be clean. 2. Be I don't know, for lack of a better word, be affable, be friendly, be easy to get along with, be easy to talk to. That might help you with shippers and receivers and other truck drivers too. But if you're going to pick up women in truck stops, you damn sure better know that part, or you ain't picking up nobody. I don't care who you are. All right. Number 3, be a good listener. Listen. I don't mean just sit there and wait for somebody to stop talking so you can start. You guys ever met somebody like that, and you're sitting there trying to have a conversation, and you get the definite feeling that that person's really not paying attention, really don't give a shit what you say. They're just waiting for you to stop talking so they can start. Don't be that guy or girl. Don't be that. Okay? Don't do that. If you're going to have a conversation with somebody, take some time, get somewhere quiet and settle down and pay attention. Pay attention to what those people are thinking, to what they're, going on in their head, what their wants and needs are, what it is that's on their mind. And if you're lucky, they'll do the same thing to you. And before you know it, you've made a friend. Worst case scenario, you've made a friend. So 1, be clean. 2, keep your mouth shut. I was at 5 truck stop Sunday and nobody tried to pick me up. I was busy that day. Probably. But anyway, number 3, be a good listener. Pay attention. Learn something about the other person. Learn about them. Let them talk. People love when they meet somebody that genuinely gives a shit, even if it's only for an hour. They do. I do. So that's how you do it, guys. That's how you pick up women in truck stops, And everybody knows that it all starts out with and I don't care who you are. If you're human, this is true, all right? Stay with me now. Stay with me. If you're human, it's true. The first thing that you're attracted to when you see somebody that you are attracted to is how they look physically. Yes or no? Now, whether you're a bigger person, smaller person, tall, short, whatever, to each his own, But if you look nice and presentable, you're like 8 miles ahead of the next one. You know what I'm saying? You're already 8 miles ahead of that person. So that's my thing. That's how to pick up women in truck stops. And it'll work. Maybe that's my problem. I'm so jaded. I just don't give a shit. Well, I get that. I get that. People, I'm just going to say that's how you pick up someone in general. Yeah, that's kind of my point. Well, see, in this day and age, you can't really make a video and put it out there on YouTube and Facebook and all the social media stuff like I do every day and sit there and go, how to pick up women in truck stops. Well, he's sexist. Then all of a sudden, I get canceled, and all 128 people that follow me every week, or half of them are mad at me. Or they'd be like, well, he's prejudiced or something. It's always some bullshit. And I don't care. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Never have. I'm not going to start. There's one more thing I want to talk about. There's not very many people here, so I got to imagine that whoever's paying it, I can't see who you guys are over here unless you click that little Eve Mugs thing. I can't see who you are. That's how I knew who Jeffrey was, and Michael. I know Michael. He's on YouTube. But I'm going to say this, and I want you to listen to me real. This is very important, very serious thing. I lost a friend yesterday. We weren't super, super close friends, but we knew each other pretty well and have for a long, long time. And he's retired. We rode motorcycles together. We knew each other that way, not through trucking or anything, but through through a lot of mutual friends that we rode motorcycles with. And he was 81, and his girlfriend for the last 8 or 10 years passed away about 9 months ago. And he only had one son, and his son took his own life about 2 years ago. Anyway, he woke up on Christmas morning yesterday and decided he didn't have anything else to live for, so he took his own life. And that's the saddest thing I can imagine. He was a good guy. Give you the shirt off his back, friendly, funny, do anything in the world for you. Great sense of humor. And I think he just ran out of reasons to be around. And I know that sounds really, really weird, but I think he just ran out of reasons to keep going. I don't know. You wouldn't know him. Somebody says, "Wait, who?" You wouldn't know him. If anybody listening to me or anybody you tell them. If you just need somebody to talk to, you fucking call me. I am not a professional at dealing with that kind of thing. I'm not a psychologist. I am not. But I will stop whatever the fuck I'm doing for as long as I need to, and I will listen to you and I will talk to you. And if I can't, if I think I can even make it, I will get in the car and come to where you are. I can't imagine. I have a family, I have children, I have grandchildren, and these holidays are magnificent because we all get together and give each other funny presents. That's our thing at our house. we don't go out and buy TVs and shit like that. We buy funny presents. We think that's cool. We think that's funny. One of my favorite gifts is it's behind me. I can't get it right now, but it's a yodeling electronic pickle that my daughter gave me. Now, whose daughter? I mean, every time I see that for the rest of my life, I'm going to think about, how she must really love me to go out and buy that electronic yodeling pickle. But I lost my friend yesterday, and my brother called me this morning early to tell me about it, and I don't know if there was anything I could have said or done, or I don't know, but I sure would like to have tried for a minute, uh, even if I could just talk to him for a minute. But he planned everything. He wrote a 10-page letter. He told everybody what to do with all of his stuff, and um, told everybody who to contact and who not to contact, and he laid everything out, and he dialed 911, and when they pulled in his driveway, he took his own life. And boy, I didn't see that coming. I don't know if you ever do. I don't know. I'm just kind of baffled. Anyway, if anybody's sitting there listening to me, thank you, Jen. I appreciate that. If anybody's sitting there listening, if you ever need somebody to talk to, please just call. I don't care what time it is. I don't care where I'm at. I don't care what I'm doing. I will stop. We will talk. We will, whatever you want to talk about, that's what we'll talk about. So when I say at the end of these shows every Tuesday night, take good care of each other. We are what we've got. That's what I mean. That's what I mean by that. I don't ever want to get another one of those phone calls again. Ever. Because I love that guy. And, I just wish I could have told him before he made up his mind that he didn't have any reason to stick around anymore. So, picking up women in truck stops. I hope I got you a little closer to that. Women, we are the cavalry. We are the cavalry. We are the family. Nobody else is waiting over the hill to come down and save you. Each other. That's what we need. You watch what Trucker G and Jen And, the gang out there in Missouri did over Christmas, went around handing people stockings and it's just a little thing. It's just a little thing. Thanksgiving, they cook meals for everybody. Everybody coming and going at the truck stop. It's just a little thing that they did. And it might have been what that one person needed that day. You never know. You don't ever know. You really don't. You don't know what that one person, what that one little stocking full of stuff. I mean, it's no real big deal to anybody, but that might have been of all the people that they gave those stockings to, that one stocking to that one person might have made the whole difference. And I'm betting you it's a lot more than that. Betting you it's a lot more. Just that gesture, that one thinking of somebody for that moment. That's what we're missing. That's what we're missing here. You want to know what's wrong with the trucking business? That's what's wrong with it. That's what's wrong with it. You want to know what's wrong with our government? That's what's wrong with it. That's the most amazing thing to get to be part of. Yeah, I wish I could have come out there. I can't get out, as everybody that knows me real well knows. When I get twice a year, usually, sometimes if I'm lucky, 3 times a year, that me and kids get together, and the boys, except for one of them, we all like to go fishing and ride motorcycles and stuff, and I only get to do that, 2 or 3 times a year if we're lucky. It's hard to get them all because I got kids all over the place, so it's hard to get everybody under one roof and doing together for a day. So when I get a chance to do that, I'm going to do it every time. But anyway, Merry Christmas, everybody. Feel good. Go out and tell somebody. Call them on the phone and say, I just got off a webinar with a friend of mine, and he told me how to pick up women in truck stop. Even if you're a woman, tell them that. Tell them. I don't even swing that way, but I feel better knowing that if I wanted to, I could. I know what to do now. Never thought about it this way before. Take good care of each other, guys. Spend a little time looking after somebody. A little bit of time taking good care of somebody. It'll all come back. Sooner or later, it'll all come back. I love you. I'll see you next week. Everybody get ready. Oh, I'm majorly bummed yesterday. I didn't have softball start with me. What did our Christmas at home come? I'm lucky I have a good wife who encourages me. You damn right you are. Guys, have a great night. Have a great rest of the week. Getting ready for New Year's. Please, 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 if you're out there running up and down the road, please be careful. If you're laid up in Belize at your mama's place, eating, I don't know whatever you eat in Belize, then be careful there too, and coming and going and that sort of thing. Okay? That kind of thing. And I love you and I mean it. And we'll talk next week. You guys have a good week. Jeffrey, I love you, brother. Have a good week. Everybody have a good week. And